Ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having a wonderful day and a sensational season, whether it is Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, anything. Happy holidays to everyone. Happy holidays to you and yours. Thank you so much for being here and hopefully for celebrating a little bit with me. I kind of sprinkled some holiday magic up here on the back, not stage, but back area, whatever. Anyways, today we are diving into a full album listen. Joy of a Toy, Kevin Ayers' debut solo album. Of course, member of Soft Machine. Listen, this was released in 1969. This album had been requested, not an over amount, but a decent amount. I've seen it pop up. Brett Hall, Murdoch Reviews. Hold on, I got your names here. Gerald Wayne, God Bluff VDGG as well, and F. Mellish. So thank you guys so much for the recommendation. And I know for a fact that I have seen the suggestion pop up more, but these are the immediate names and people that I could find. So thank you guys so much for the suggestion. Thank you for the recommendation. I'm very excited to dive into this one. I love all things Canterbury scene, and so this is definitely going to be right up my alley. I'm imagining it's going to be in the same vein. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But there's one way to find out. I figured this might... I know this isn't probably going to be like necessarily a Christmas or even a winter album or anything like that, or a holiday album. But I was thinking about, like, what albums do I want to cover for the holiday season? Do I want to do anything special? And I don't know. I just figured Joy of a Toy, you know, when a kid opens their gifts and their presents in the mornings and there's a toy, surely joy must follow if it's what they wanted. And in some capacity, I just thought that maybe this will be kind of fitting. Maybe not on a thematic level, literally with the songs, but based off of the album title. So we'll run with that. We'll go with that. So thank you all, as always, for being here. Hope you enjoy what we're about to listen to, and I hope I enjoy what we're about to listen to. Of course, just to get it out the way, the plugs. The Buy Me a Coffee is there if you'd like to sponsor a song request. Jump in the line, and you can even do albums over there. The Patreon for exclusive content, only $2 a month if you want to, at the lowest range there, and you have full access to everything. And if you don't mind, just pressing that like button. And if you'd like, you can subscribe as well, as it helps a great deal. But without further ado, I'm going to sip on my protein shake. I got my water, so that way we can get thick and hydrated. Let us go ahead and start off with the first track, which is actually entitled Joy of a Toy Continued, interestingly enough. So we'll go ahead and dive into that. Let me put on my headphones so I can actually hear what's happening. That would probably be a good idea to do. Okay. I almost pressed play without having the headphones on. And as always, my friends, this first sip of protein is to you. Definitely has the air of opening a toy. Love that bass line there. It's like the circus coming to town. okay. I mean, Joy of a Toy continued. It starts off as if it is continuing off of something, and this really just actually encompasses the sounds and the idea of a joy of a toy. This really does sound like getting a new toy and just playing with it for the first time. The excitement, the energy that comes from it, yeah, the playfulness, obviously. And the music itself kind of sounds like the circus coming to town. This is what I would expect. It is upbeat. It is cheerful. It is just like the marching, beat of it all. Like not necessarily like snares, but like there's a certain march to it. There's a certain parade aspect to it. And it feels like watching the floats go on by and seeing the different, things built up on them. It's just a fun, positive, very, very cheerful piece of music here to open up the album. And it's a short one as well, just to really set the scene and really set the theme of perhaps where the rest of this album is going to follow. And it definitely embodies the album cover and, like I said, the feeling of opening a toy. And maybe this is because I'm thinking holidays and such, but you got to admit it does work really, really well. I mean, there's lyrics here. Not very enunciated in the music. Here come the elephants and tigers. Here come the kangaroo. Anyone can go to the circus. It's up to you. Mom, it's up to you. Bring your sister and your brother. You can even bring your mother. Here come the elephants and the tigers. Here come the kangaroo. Anybody goes to the circus, we'll be there for you. So very quick, very in and out. And like I said, definitely setting a scene for what's to come. I'm curious to see if for the rest of the album is going to continue in this sort of feeling or if it's going to kind of change as we go. And there is one way to find that out. And that is to move on to the next track, which is Town Feeling.
Today, the town seems like a tomb. Everybody's locked up in his room, making love or taking love, who cares? If you take a walk out in the street,
okay, completely different, huh?
chances are there's someone you will meet. If it's someone you know, you will say hello and goodbye.
I think it's hard that came out from the side here. It's like a chill psychedelic, huh?
Today's the very first day of the spring. A little girl is playing on her swing. She doesn't know that a brand new show begins. Now you come and
That's such a
tell
Ringo
me
Phil.
that you're sad, but you never talk about it when you're glad. You criticize and you shut your eyes. That's too bad.
Seems like Canterbury psychedelic to me.
like a tune. Everybody's
Nice drum
locked
pattern
up
change
in
here.
his room, making love or taking love. Who cares?
That bass. So the town feeling changes the mood, of course, coming off of the circus and into the town onto the streets. And it changes the mood from, exhilarating and joyous into something just a little bit more quiet, a little bit more introspective, not so much more, but there's an emptiness here that's is sort of at play, especially in the verse near the beginning. So Kevin's obviously singing, but also handling guitars, bass. The previous track bass was handled by Hugh Hopper, his Soft Machine alumni. But here and throughout the rest of the album, for the most part, he's handling bass. Actually, Jeff Klein is handling bass, I'm sorry, on this particular track. But Kevin will be handling bass most of the other tracks. And so I really like the moodiness that's established. Kevin's singing in this track, he reminds me a lot of Leonard Cohen, actually. And not only just the, deeper side of his voice that he's using here, but also the moodiness in the verse, and how that kind of starts. But then after a little bit of that time goes by, the guitar comes in, and once again, that's played by him. And that's like that one line that comes in the beginning. At first, just as an aside, it kind of adds this nice little spark there. It kind of has a little bit of Eastern influence in the actual chords and stuff that are being played. To me, maybe not exactly. And then as this track would continue on, it's kind of giving me more of like, at least on this, we're only 2 tracks in, it's like a Canterbury psychedelic track more than a prog or a progressive rock track in a Canterbury scene, which is kind of interesting at this point because it still carries that whimsical nature. It still has those, bits of, I wouldn't say technical flair, but Canterbury sounds that you would hear from like Soft Machine or other bands. Like this, to me, is closer to like Caravan. But at the same time, it's a little bit more focused on tight songwriting and tight structure rather than superfluous solos and, extended moments and that kind of thing. This one's much more tighter in its aspects. I love how you have the oboe, Paul Mins here, cello, Paul Buckmaster, that comes in and gives it a little bit of like a chamber music aspect. But still, when they come in, it kind of perfectly ties into the previous track, and it kind of continues to add on that air of whimsicality, that kind of parade sound to it. Whereas before, it's very quiet, a little bit more in depth, in its deepness. Here, it kind of comes out of that and grows into the light. The guitar continues on from there. And I like how it wraps things up, kind of starting at a lower place, but then bringing us back up into a higher place in this track. I think that, and the drums from Wyatt you have in here, I love how at the end of the track, he switches up the drum pattern just a little bit, gets a little bit more into it, whereas before he plays a lot more restrained and a lot more in the pocket. Today, the town seems like a tomb. Everybody's locked up in his room. Making love or taking love, who cares?
Oh my.
If you take a walk out in the street, chances are there's someone you will meet. If it's someone you know, you will say hello and goodbye. Very matter of fact, these lyrics. Today's the very first day of spring. A little girl is playing on her swing. She doesn't know that a brand new show begins. Yeah, the circus is in town. Now you come and tell me that you're sad, but you never talk about it when you're glad. You criticize and you shut your eyes. That's too bad. Banana. I have no idea why he says banana in here. Then he repeats the lyrics again. Listen, the town feeling. The circus comes to town. They find the town is not quite prepared for them. They find the town is perhaps a little bit more morose, a little bit more isolated. No one's out on the streets, And the circus is like, listen, we're about to put on a show. You best come on out and get your tickets because we're about to put on a show. Let's move on to the next track, which is the Clarietta Rag.
Have you seen Miss Clarietta riding round on her Lambretta on the mountainside?
Okay.
Looking out for friendly faces, peering out of mountain places, waiting for a ride. She's the queen of mountain magic, everybody knows. And late at night she sings with gentleness, becoming to a rose. Please send her a great big shining star to show her where you are. Please give her the love you've stored away and cannot use today. If you meet her in the moonlight, don't be shy and don't be uptight, she might disappear.
This does have that ragtime
if she
feel,
thinks
right?
you want to get her, stop her riding her Lambretta, she won't let you near. She's the queen of mountain flowers, you can love them too. But if you pick her lovely flowers, how can they grow for you? Please send her a great big shining star to show her where you are. Please give her the love you've stored away and cannot use today. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey.
Have you seen Miss Clarietta riding round on her Lambretta on the mountainside?
It is so joyful.
Looking out for friendly faces, peering out of mountain places, waiting for a ride. She's the queen of mountain magic, everybody knows. And late at night she sings with gentleness, becoming to a rose. Please send her a great big shining star to show her where you are. Please give her the love you've stored away and cannot use today. Please send her a great big shining star to show her where you are. Please give her the love you've stored away and cannot use today.
Sorry.
Please send her a great big shining star.
I didn't realize that I was da, 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 da. I was kind of bopping along with it. I actually didn't even notice. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt the music if it was loud. This is a pure slice of sunny psychedelic pop. This is a good feeling. This is a feel good kind of track. This is summer. I'm out of season on one end. But the bounce of it, the cadence of everything, you gotta love it. The organ chops, the solo that's in the middle, Mike Ratledge on the organ, and then you have some Mellotron also in here from Bedford, David Bedford, and like it's just this fun, unabashedly upbeat, cheerful, like piece of music. And maybe if the rest of the album continues in this way, then it is going to truly live up to its name of The Joy of a Toying, because this is so far just like the most up-tempo and joyous experience. The drums, bop, 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 just has that psychedelic feel to it. And I like how like you hear shades of the Canterbury scene and the band Soft Machine kind of sneak in here. But it's more of an implication. It's more hinted at, you know, in the Mellotron or in the organ, and the way that it's played there is very, of course, reminiscent of that. But, you know, nothing crazy. Even the solo in here, which sounded fantastic. It's a nice in and out, satisfying melodic solo. it doesn't overstay its welcome. It doesn't transition to, some break in 5/8. It just does what it needs to, and we're back out of there. And Kevin, I'm enjoying his singing voice in here as well. He kind of sometimes like with the banana from the previous track, he seemingly inserts these little moments of psychedelic nonsense, in the way that the Beatles would. There are certain prose and words and things that they bring in here that seemingly come out of nowhere, but they have a theme, but they tell a story, and they have something to say. And that's nonetheless here with the Clarietta Rag, in which it does have that rag kind of sound to it, but they mix it with their sound, and they bring it into very nicely into what they do, Have you seen Miss Clarietta riding around on her libretta? On the mountainside, looking out for friendly faces, peering out of mountain places, waiting for a ride. She's the queen of mountain magic, everybody knows. And late at night, she sings with gentleness, becoming to the rose. Please send her a big, great, shining star to show her where you are. Please give her the love you've stored away and cannot use today. I like that. Give her the love that you've stored away that you can't use, right? If you meet her in the moonlight, don't be shy and don't be uptight. She might disappear. If she thinks you want to get her, stop her, riding her limbretta. She won't let you near. She's the queen of mountain flowers. You can love them too. But if you pick her lovely flowers, how can they grow for you? You gotta let them sit, let them grow. Please send her a great big shining star to show her where you are. Please give her the love you stored away, cannot use today. And then, of course, he gets into the solo, of which he's doing some vocalizations back there, in which he sounds he's enjoying himself quite a bit. Have you seen Miss Clarietta riding around on her limbretta? Okay, repeats the lyrics here, actually the whole way through. So who is Miss Clarietta? Allow me to do a Google search, because I can't even guess. All right, so Clarietta is a 1984 historical drama film. There's that. What's in a name? Clarinetta, name, meaning. You never know. Sometimes that's where it lies. All right, so the name means bright or famous in Latin. Okay. I mean, it does say in the lyrics, send her a great big shining star. So, I suppose there's. I might be looking too far. I think I'm getting too far in it. I don't know who Miss Clarietta is, but save a little love for her. Save a little sugar for her. Girl on a Swing.
She's got a feeling for the spring. I've got another song to sing. Girl on a swing, girl on a swing.
It's a cool sound.
Girl on a swing, such a pretty thing.
I wonder what's making that sound.
She's not
It's just guitar.
a victim of despair.
Harpsichord.
She's just a feeling in the air. Girl on a swing, girl on a swing, girl on a swing, such a pretty thing.
That has to be right. Let's stream this.
Girl on a swing, girl on a swing, girl on a swing, such a pretty thing.
I like how he sings like swinging.
She swings, silently she sings. Her song gives my body wings. Girl on a swing, girl on a swing, girl on a swing, on a swing.
Is that a Pixie Pothead Fair? Pothead Pixie running it by.
Girl on a swing, girl on a swing, girl on a swing, such a pretty thing.
I love how this track slows things down, takes away the drums, and just allows you to focus on the atmosphere. And to me, this track, the music, feels like looking into a kaleidoscope and turning it so you can see all the different patterns and just psych yourself out. But it feels like doing so in very, very slow motion, like you're seeing all the changes happening and shifting, these patterns and colors and shapes and sizes, but it's doing so in very, very slow motion, like to a crawl. It's kind of hallucinatory in a certain sense, but it's really pulling us and pushing us deeper and deeper into that psychedelic well. And I think that this track really kind of hits that mind-bending curve, if you will. I love Ratledge's organ here, and I love, once again, Ayers singing. And you have a little bit of mellotron, like, I want to say very much underneath. But that sound that comes, that's like, pop, 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 pop. I don't know exactly what that is. I like it a lot, especially the first time it comes around. It comes at like this really kind of unexpected left field turn. But I would like to say that's probably guitar, and maybe he's striking a chord or playing a note, and then kind of like maybe sliding up and down on the volume, so it kind of comes in and like pop, 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 pop. So it kind of has that kind of in and out sound to it. But there's also like this very specific kind of, not even echo or reverb. There's something very specific in the tone of it that it's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. The notes are like turning with it. I don't know. It's a really cool sound. And I like how that's used in a very calming effect. It just comes in. I'm matching guitar. And it just kind of echoes and reverberates through the walls of this track for a little set piece of time. I love that. It sounds like you get a little bit of harpsichord alongside it in certain moments. You get the little organ solo. There's a lot of calm, but still kind of kaleidoscope, mind-bending, altering kind of moments in here that make it a really nice track to listen to. It's a very calm track. And like I said, I mean, it's Girl on a Swing. And I'm imagining the psychedelic feel, watching this girl on a swing, but just in slow motion. And I love that little bit of cadence change in Ayers singing at the end of the chorus, girl on a swing. So I don't even remember how he did it, but that little bit of change in his delivery is really cool because it kind of throws you off. It kind of breaks the cycle, breaks the mold. She's got a feeling for the spring. I've got another song to sing. Girl on a swing, such a pretty thing. She's not a victim of despair. She's just a feeling in the air. She swings, silently she sings. Her song gives my body wings. Girl on a swing, girl on a swing. Once again, lyrics are very, very simple, straightforward. And I feel like he's just admiring her on a swing. He's just kind of thinking to himself and musing to himself, such a pretty thing. She's singing. Her song gives me wings. Like it's just a very uplifting and cheerful moment of observance, I would say. Let us move on into the next track, which is Song for Insane Times. We all need one of these.
Oh, is that too low? That's a little. I want to.
Ooh.
People say that they want to be free.
Already. 5 seconds.
They look at him and they look at me. But it's only themselves they are wanting to see, and everybody knows about it. We talk all night and we're all turned on. Everybody heard him singing his song.
This is a really good one.
Telling us there was work to be done. And we all sung the chorus of I Am the Walrus.
I gotcha.
Yes, Disneyland has come to town. Everyone's dressed and standing around. Alice is wearing her sexiest gown. she doesn't want you to look at her.
This is a good one.
Beautiful people are queuing to drown. They wait for the lifeguard to put on his crown, but he's up at the other end of town, trying to talk to the mirror. And he knows what he means. He sits on the floor and has beautiful dreams. Then he gets brought down by a woman who screams, but he knows it's only a record. Oh yes it is. His brave new girl stops feeding the ants and looks at him with her septic pants. She still knows how to make him dance. And forget about emancipation, it's all imagination. And you and I, we sit and hum. We know something's got to come to get us off our endless bum. There's probably one in the bathroom or in the hall.
There's the heavy snare coming through. Okay, we've officially hit the halfway point on the album, and we've either hit the peak of this album or we're still on the way up. This was the best song on the album so far. This is easily my number one song on the album so far. This is perfect. 5 out of 5 out of 5. I don't care what you say. This is the one. It's a 5-second track. Watch.
Oh, is that?
Okay, not 5 seconds. Let me get the past this part. It's a 5-second track. In 5 seconds, skipping the talking in the beginning. In 5 seconds, you know that this is going to be great. That groove, the bass, ba 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 ba, and then the organ cascade. It is such a cool song. It is like jazzy. This really does sound like Soft Machine. This sounds like them, kind of like, you know, now on their own terms, and not just Kevin on his solo. This is a jazzy piece of psychedelic pop, and it is just smooth. This is like one of those Canterbury scene sounds that I fell in love with, their jazziness. This is just perfect. And Kevin sounds so good here. His voice just melts over the mellow verses. All of these keys and organs and different sounds that come in just brilliantly cascading and gracing the flow of this song with their touch. That is so good. And those melodies, like we just heard, are so catchy. And they are just so like beautiful in how they play. And then, I love how at the end, the drums begin to come in just a little bit more. It has kind of a more heavy kind of ending. But like getting into the middle here.
Trying to talk to the mirror.
This is so smooth. So many little details. The drum pickup, guys. The piano. And those glassy keys that come on top. This is a perfect track. I love, like, this is one that is 4 minutes long, But this is a track that has more depth in its 4 minutes than some tracks take to get in their 10, 15, 20 minutes. And I think it's so much harder to do so in a relatively short amount of time than it is to do so in an expanded amount of time. This is a tight-knit piece of music. This was great. You could go to any moment in this track and just hear greatness.
And you and I, we sit and hum.
Literally any moment in here, you can listen to 3 seconds and you're going to be greeted by just wonderful, blissful sounds. This is, to me, the feel-good track of the album. This is the parade coming to town. Forget Joy of a Toy Continued. Yeah, that's fine. Great. Yes, this is the parade. This is the circus. This is everything you want. I got no more to say. All right, so the beginning, who is that? Is that too long or about right? Absolutely, I want it. Sounds good to me. People say they want to be free. They look at him. They look at me. But it's only themselves they are wanting to see, and everybody knows it. Got to look in the mirror, man. We talk all night, and we're all turned on. Everybody heard him singing his song, telling us there was work to be done, and we all sung the chorus of I Am the Walrus. I love the Beatles reference there, and I would even argue that the album, is very Beatle-esque in many ways. Disneyland has come to town, and everyone's dressed and standing around. Alice is wearing her sexiest gown, but she doesn't want you to look at her. Beautiful people are queuing to drown. They wait for the lifeguard to put up his crown. But he's up at the other end of town, trying to talk to the mirror. Is he trying to be free? Be free of what? And once again, banana. I don't understand the reoccurring banana. The scientist talks and he knows what he means. He sits on the floor and has beautiful dreams. Then he gets brought down by a woman who screams, but he knows it's only a record. Yes, it is. His brave new girl stops feeding the ants and looks at him with her septic pants. She still knows how to make him dance and forget about emancipation. It's all about imagination. Like he was thinking he could be free, as mentioned in the first verse, but he's still tied down by human wants, so to speak. And you and I, we sit and hum. We know something's got to come to get us off our endless bum. There's probably one in the bathroom or in the hall. We're all searching for freedom in some way. Let's move on to the next track here, which is going to be Stop This Train Again, doing it. Moody, huh? I like the tape speed up. All that psyche interference came in.
The driver smiled and shook his head for me. This train don't stop for anyone. And if you want to leave this railway line, you'll have to jump off on your own. Someone came and gave me sandwiches, saying that I looked unwell. He took my phone and he gave it back to me.
in their own way.
He made a speech to all the passengers. He said, I've been a place to stay. That anyone who'd care to come with me, step outside and walk this way. Inside the seats were warm and comfortable. Outside the train was wild and strange. I said, yes sir, I'd like to come with you. It's really time I made a change. I left my seat and walked up front with him, and he began to push the door. I looked outside, but it nearly blinded me. I'd never seen such light before.
That's such a caravan song. I'm sorry. That bass line is just taking us down the trail, or down the tracks. Now we're speeding up. Okay, I gotcha. I like the effect of the music in the beginning and the ending. Like a train, first it's speeding up as it leaves the station. And then, stop this train. It's not happening as the train loses control at the very end and just keeps on speeding up further and further. This track was more of like a jam track, especially in the second half of it, but even in the in-betweens of the verses especially, where the band really just kind of got to go off to the side and just kind of jam over the thumpy bass that's of course replicating like railroad tracks in its own way. Bum 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 bum. That just continues ad nauseum. That just goes on and on and on, just chugging away, no choo-choos intended. And then, like I said, the rest of the band comes on in there and just scatterly plays about in their abstract way. This song, I will say, so far is the weakest one. After a while, it was just kind of repetitive. I didn't enjoy necessarily what they were soloing or what they were performing during the extended section there. Kevin, I didn't really care for his part as well. Kind of just as a whole, I just felt like this track didn't have anywhere to go, despite it being, about a train. And despite being on a train, I feel like it didn't really have a destination. It was just kind of stuck in the middle, nowhere to go, nowhere to be found. I didn't really care for this at all. And I guess especially because that bass line is just there the whole time. It just repeats the whole time. And I think this track could have used a little break of some sort or some sort of change. Because as it is, it just kind of goes on and on and on. And matter of fact, I'm looking to stop the train, if anything. Leaves me wanting. On a railroad train to anywhere, something happened finally. The driver said he saw no station and we were riding aimlessly. The train was filled with sleeping passengers going nowhere for the ride. Smoke and whispers filled the carriages, and no one cared to look inside. Or outside, rather. Conversation aimed at anyone, bouncing questions off the wall, except for two excited children burning caterpillars in the hall. That's not a good hobby. Unless they're smoking it. Maybe that's what they're doing. How old are these children? All at once I got quite frightened. Standing up, I gave a shout. I see a station just in front of me. Stop this train and let me out. Is that me? The driver smiled and shook his head for me. This train don't stop for anyone. And if you want to leave this railway line, you'll have to jump off and on your own. Someone came and gave me sandwiches, saying that I looked unwell. He took my pulse and gave it back to me. Then he hit me with his bell. I love the line, took my pulse and gave it back to me. What a lovely play on words. That deserves a little clap.
Please clap.
He made a speech to all the passengers. He said, I've been a place today, and anyone who'd care to come with me, step outside and walk this way. Inside, the seats were warm and comfortable. Outside, the train was wild and strange. I said, yes, sir, I'd like to come with you. It's really time I made a change. I left my seats and walked up front with him, and he began to push the door. I looked outside, but it nearly blinded me. I'd never seen such light before. So I do not know what this train is representing. I do feel like it is a metaphor for something, but I could not tell you what that is, as there's not enough hints in here to say what it is. Is the train representative of death? Is the train representative of the journey of life? The outside, the blinding light outside, what does that represent? Could not tell you. And there's no reason for me to try and guess, because I couldn't even begin to imagine where or what it could be about. But I do think it's about something. Let's go ahead and listen to the next track, which is Eleanor's Cake. Not what she ate, but which ate her. It's unfortunate.
Summer rain, lady, let me ease your pain. Why, oh, why, oh, why don't you spread your wings and fly, flying like an autumn wind? Lady, did you lose a friend?
That's not a flute, that sounds.
Don't be sad and down. Take another look around. Maybe what you've lost you found. Don't be sad and down. Take another look around. Maybe what you've lost you found.
That flute is so whimsical. So this one kind of once again quiets things down. After the extended jam of the previous track, this one brings things down to a much more folky, kind of pastoral sound. And if you were to rework a little bit of this, it would, maybe this is a stretch, but it's just what I'm hearing. It would kind of sound a little bit like Pink Floyd in one of their quieter moments before, like, the guitar solo would come in and everything. But I like how gentle this track is. It's very gentle in its movements. The guitar is a nice touch. I love when those strings come in. It just brings in this deeper atmosphere that swells very nicely, but still gentle in its touch and in its moving. I thought that was really nice. Let me just back it up really quick. And then that little flute. Here you go. That little flute that comes in, which it may not be flute. It may actually be, maybe it's oboe? It's just because flute's not credited in here. Maybe it's melodica from Kevin himself. I couldn't say. Or melodica. But either way, I love that kind of pastoral nature that it brings to it. It kind of makes me think of like, a morning where the songbird comes out at sunrise and just kind of sings its song to break the dawn. And it's a nice, relaxing morning. Like, it just kind of has that sound as Kevin sings and just gently moves everything along. It's a nice, short, gentle track to kind of definitely break the momentum of the previous track. Let's talk about Eleanor's Cake. My oh my, do you really have to cry? Crying like a summer rain? Lady, let me ease your pain. Why oh why don't you spread your wings and fly? Flying like an autumn wind. Lady, did you lose a friend? Don't be sad and down, take another look around. Maybe what you've lost, you found. Maybe in your whatever you lost, maybe in your sadness, you can find something else. You can find happiness or find opportunity. And he just repeats the lyrics actually from there about Eleanor's cake, which ate her. Okay, so what could it mean? Eleanor's cake, which ate her. I'm trying to find meaning. I'm diving into the recesses, the crevices, and the crags of my mind to try and find any sort of meaning in the wrinkles of my brain, but can I tell you, it is not happening. Which ate her. Is the cake her sadness and the cake is overtaking her? And he's saying, don't let that cake eat you. You eat your cake. Don't cry over spilled cake. Western country.
Climbs up the stairs by the light of a candle. Then the door with no handle is closing behind her again. She places the light on a chair by the window, says a prayer while the wind blows, and then in her bedclothes she hides. Now she's safe from the darkness, she's safe from its clutch. Now nothing can harm her, at least not very much. What will you dream of tonight, Lady Rachel? What will you dream of tonight?
Interesting notes there.
Who will you dream of tonight, Lady Rachel? Who will you dream of tonight?
All these things.
and is handed a parcel. Then she unwraps the parcel and discovers a castle inside. The drawbridge is open and a voice from the water says, "Welcome, my daughter. We've all been expecting you to come." She climbs up the stairs by the light.
There's a tension building there.
Then the door with no handle is closing behind her again. Now she's safe from the darkness, she's safe from its clutch. Now nothing can harm her, at least not very much. What will you dream of tonight, Lady Rachel? What will you dream of tonight? Who will you dream of tonight, Lady Rachel? Who will you dream of tonight?
I do like how the bass takes lead right here. Or it was. Is it a duck call?
She's safe from the darkness, she's safe from its clutch. Now nothing can harm her, at least not very much. What will you dream of tonight, Lady Rachel? What will you dream of tonight? Who will you dream of tonight, Lady Rachel? Who will you dream of tonight?
Interesting that they still kept things kind of light and acoustic on this track, but kind of different from Eleanor's Cake. This one kind of hit a very dark and mysterious kind of mood. It was building tension quite a bit, as it mentioned in one of the lyrics, as she's going upstairs, the notes hit that monotonous bum, 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 bum. Like they're building tension very appropriately, and the whole thing just sounds like something's off. Even some of the notes that he was singing, not often like a bad way, but there was almost a hint of dissonance to some of the way that he was playing. Then you have the oboe playing at some moments relatively, I guess, normal, like the quick notes, which still added to the tension here. But then they start playing in like these very weird ways, and there's a lot of sound effects that are constantly skittering around in the back in the shadows of the room, and then kind of crawling across the floors. There's a little creak here and there. Like there's something very tense about the mood. And even the way that Kevin's singing in here, he sings as like a narrator of events, but perhaps he's more than a narrator in this story. Perhaps he's involved in the story. Like that's just where my mind goes, like in connecting the music and such. But very interesting, especially from Paul Mins, like I said, on the oboe and what he's doing. The whole track just has this very weird kind of vibe to it. Something very, very uncanny on this track. But even though it's like darker and it takes that turn, there's still, I would say, because of his voice and some of the bass playing, there's still something. Maybe whimsical is too great of a word. But cartoony is not the word I'm thinking of. Clownish. Playful. Let's go with playful. I was trying to think of what I was thinking. Oh, there's still something very playful about it. It's like one of those kids movies that, like, you know, it has darker undertones. Coraline, great kids movie. A little dark in moments. You know, it's like a Tim Burton kind of esque kind of sound that I hear here. That's what I'm thinking. She climbs up the stairs by the light of a candle. Then the door of no handle is closing behind her again. She places the light on a chair by the window. She says a prayer while the wind blows. And then in her bedclothes, she hides. There's something, right? Now she's safe from the darkness. She's safe from its clutch. Now nothing can harm her, at least not very much. What will you dream of tonight, Lady Rachel? She climbs up a hill and is handed a parcel. Then she unwraps the parcel and discovers a castle inside. The drawbridge is open and a voice from the water says, "Welcome, my daughter. We've all been expecting you to come." She climbs up the stairs by the light of the candle. Then, okay. Is she hiding from the realities of life in her dreams? That's what I view. This is the real, and she hides. She goes to sleep. She's hiding from reality. She's safe from the darkness. What lies in the darkness? Whatever it is, it harms her. But now she's safe from its clutch and nothing can harm her. This is very fantastical. This is very dreamy. I view it as she's taking refuge in her dreams. Better hope Freddy's not in there. Let's move on into the next track, which is Ole Ole Bandu Bedong. I heard that it was going into the next track. Can I tell you how I felt about this track in a picture? I'm not going to go in. I'm just going to say that I disliked it. It's one of those tracks that it makes me feel physically ill in a way. I don't like it. It's repetitive. It doesn't go anywhere. And repetition is great if there's something interesting happening, of which I do not find anything interesting going on in here. I didn't enjoy it. I can't say that I enjoyed anything about it. I'm trying to appreciate, right? Like, what's there to appreciate? What is there to get out of this one? The singing was fine in the beginning. The repeated lyrics, ole ole bandu bandong. It's fine. It could almost go into a gong direction with the singing. Okay. I did not enjoy anything else about it, and I don't want to get into it or anything too much. The singing is fine. I wish that there was a change. The rhythm just beats on and on and on. I didn't enjoy any of the playing that's jamming around the track. Like, Stop This Train at least had a little bit more going for it. A lot more going for it. Right? Stop This Train has a lot more going for it. This... not for me. Let's move on to the next track, however, which is going to be the final track of the album, All This Crazy Gift of Time, of which it was leading into, so let's allow it to finish its due course.
Does the world seem good to you? Does the music get to you?
That did.
Does the wisdom of your heart show you how to play your part? All my blonde and twilight dreams, all those strangled future schemes, all those glasses drained of wine, all this crazy gift of time. You dear sister, kiss of mine, can you cope with all this time? With your mystic all awry, feeling small beneath the sky. All my blonde and twilight dreams, all those strangled future schemes, all those glasses drained of wine, all this crazy gift of time. Happy birthday to you all. I hope you really have a ball. And when you're walking up the road, I hope you finally explode.
ladies and gentlemen, and that is Joy. Well, maybe not quite yet. Okay, so this is like a nice gift of time, a little extra at the end, a nice acoustic, very country adjacent kind of piece in the strumming of the guitar. You have some nice harmonica in there. Kevin sounds nice while he's singing. This is a nice conclusion to the album, albeit relatively a little bit of an uninteresting one, I would say. I think it ends nice and, kind of very far from the circusry and the circus act that was happening in the beginning. Now we've ended on something much more simple, which is completely fine. I think that this sounds completely fine and inoffensive. It's not as, interesting as many of the tracks before, but that's okay. It ends in simple terms and terms that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I don't have a lot to say on it, though. However, I can't help but see when I have Spotify up that it shows me bonus tracks and such, that there's a bonus track, The Religious Experience, which features Syd Barrett. Kind of curious about that one, but let's go ahead and look at the lyrics here before we do that. I am kind of curious about that. Does the world seem good to you? Does the music get to you? Does the wisdom of your heart show you how to play your part? All my blonde and twilight dreams, all those strangled future schemes, all those glasses drained of wine, all this crazy gift of time. You dear sister kiss of mine, can you cope with all this time? With your mystic all awry, feeling small beneath the sky. Happy birthday to you all. I hope you really have a ball. And when you're waking or walking up the road, I hope you finally explode. Goodbye, everybody. Now it's time to go. I hope I don't leave you feeling low. Oh, no. This is just his final send-off to us. This is his final gift to the listener, hoping that we've had a good time, hoping we've enjoyed our merry selves and enjoyed listening to his music, and hoping that it didn't leave us feeling low, hoping that he left us on a high note. As mentioned, I can't help but see this track here, which I guess it's also entitled "Singing a Song in the Morning." It does have a Wikipedia article for this one. It's the first solo single from Kevin, one of the founding members of Soft Machine. It was issued 3 months after his debut, Joy of a Toy, and the artist was credited on the accompanying Ayers with 3 members of Caravan. Okay. And Syd Barrett, recently departed from Pink Floyd, played guitar on this session, but his part was left off of the mix in the 1970 single. We are going to hear the one featuring Syd Barrett. Members of Saw Machine have recorded on Barrett's first solo album. It was around this time that Barrett recorded the guitar part for Ayers on this track. This version with Barrett was issued, which we're about to hear. However, the track listing confused the take featuring Barrett with another unused version, which is also featured on the CD. The take with Barrett was played listed as the one without, and vice versa. Well, hopefully what I'm about to play is the one, because it does say featuring. It better be right. Everything here points to it being the right one, and it better be fixed now. Because I'm not going to sit here and go through all of them, because there's actually quite a few on here. Interesting. Okay, here we go.
Let's do that thing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's some extra guitar there, so hopefully.
Singing a song in the morning, singing it again at night. I don't even know what I'm singing about, but it makes me feel I feel alright. Yeah,
I'm assuming that's
makes me feel I feel alright. Singing a song in the morning,
nice.
singing it again at night. I don't even know what I'm singing about, but it makes me feel I feel alright. Yeah,
That has to be sick.
makes me feel I feel alright. Singing a song in the morning, singing it again at night. I don't even know what I'm singing about, but it makes me feel I feel alright. Yeah, yeah, makes me feel I feel alright.
I like that coming up the end of the course.
Singing a song in the morning, singing it again at night. I don't even know what I'm singing about, but it makes me feel I feel alright. Yeah,
It's a song you get clap happy.
feel alright. Singing a song in the morning, singing it again at night. I don't even know what I'm singing about, but it makes me feel I feel alright. Yeah, yeah, makes me feel I feel alright. Singing a song in the morning, singing it again at night. I don't even know what I'm singing about, but it makes me feel I feel alright. Yeah, yeah, makes me feel I feel alright. Singing a song in the morning, singing it again at night. Don't even know what I'm singing about, but it makes me feel I feel alright. Makes me feel I feel alright.
He really is playing that guitar back there, though. That's for sure.
Singing a song in the morning, singing it again at night. I don't even know what I'm singing about, but it makes me feel I feel alright. Yeah, yeah, makes me feel I feel alright. Singing a song in the morning, singing it again at night.
So I have to imagine that that is going to be Sid playing guitar there, just because of how, to me, obvious it is, and how upfront that guitar is, especially on top of the riffing that takes place in the back. And he does rip some guitar through it here. He does go ahead and get down with it. Yeah, for sure. This track is kind of another innocuous kind of, it's an okay listen. It's a fun listen, no doubt about it. It's definitely a very clap happy track in the sense that you got that swing, that I can see them just having a good time playing this one, putting it out there, and then once again has that kind of positive spin to it and upbeatness, but it kind of comes and goes without making much of a dent, I would say, in the listen as a whole. Even lyrically, it seems that they're just kind of, singing a song in the morning, singing it again at night. I don't even know what I'm singing about, but it makes me feel all right. It's about the feeling of it, and this track definitely has a nice, joyous feeling. If anything, though, the music, there's not really much to it. Yeah, the guitar is nice, but nothing necessarily standoutish about it. However, now we are finished with our album listen of Kevin Ayers with Joy of a Toy. Let's go ahead and look at some of the information here on the Wikipedia article. All right, so he's accompanied on the LP by, of course, David Bedford, as well as other colleagues from Soft Machine, as we had mentioned before, and some other session musicians. It says, after a Soft Machine tour in the U.S. with the Jimi Hendrix Experience, which that would have been a brilliant tour, huh? He decided to retire from the music business. However, Hendrix himself presented Ayers with an acoustic Gibson J200 guitar on the condition that he continue his songwriting. He repaired a small London flat where he composed and arranged the whole LP, which then was presented to Malcolm Jones' fledgling Harvest label, where it was produced for £4,000. Joy of a Toy featured many of his most enduring songs, from The Lady Rachel to Girl on a Swing, the latter still regularly covered by artists to this day. It was on this album that Ayers developed his sonorous vocal delivery and avant-garde song construction and an affection for unusual instrumentation that would have a deep influence far into the 70s up to the end of his career. Let's see. For the recording of Syd Barrett's first solo album, Madcap Laughs, Soft Machine were brought in to do a few overdubs, as we mentioned, and we heard that track, Religious Experience. So there you go. Now, I would say, very easily, My favorite songs, I mean, very easily. Song for Insane Times. That one takes the cake, and I ain't talking Eleanor's. That's my favorite track on the album. After that, I may go Town Feeling. I would like to give it one more listen, but I think that Town Feeling would be my second favorite track. But Song for Insane Times is so far ahead of the pack. That is not even funny. It is a 5 out of 5 song. I didn't enjoy every track on this album, and that's 100% okay, because the first half, I would say, is very much stronger than the second half. What's going on there? Maybe that's just because of the weighted difference between Song for Insane Times versus, two of the tracks on the second half I really didn't care for, Train and Bandung. But besides that, fun album to listen to. I enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. The Buy Me a Coffee is still there if you'd like to sponsor a song request or even an album listen. The Patreon is there for exclusive content as well. And right here on YouTube, I'm going to get that right one day. If you don't mind liking the video and subscribing and all of that other fun stuff. Thank you as always for being here. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Happy holidays to each and every one of you and your families. And I will see you all later. Bye, guys.